Mheshimiwa Ruto, tunakuomba sisi mama mboga, mama majani, ambayo tulikupikia kura, kama tulikukosea utusamee. Tumekufa mjini, tumekufa pombe kwa sababu yako, kwa sababu ulikuwa unataka utusupport, na Mungu akusaidie Ruto penye huko. Eric Kenyatta wakati alikuwa kikati atukuumia kama vile wewe huko wa kiketi. Mungu nisaidie, na nimeomba msamaha wakati Kibaki alikuwa, wakati Ruto huyu Kenyatta takimi Kenyatta Uhuru atukuumia. Nimeongea Pokot, lakini Ruto wakati alikuja akatuambia photo map ni mama mboga. Photo map iko wapi?
Welcome back to Vana Media. My name is Boniface Owino, and as usual, I'm going to be your host for today. Now, I've got two top stories to talk about. Number one, the law does not allow anybody to write notes whenever the president is giving a speech, especially during the campaign or during the rallies. But now the people of Nyamira and the people of Kisii County said that those are nonsense, that they have to note down what the president is writing because he keeps on lying to them. So this woman decided to write notes. She wrote the first one, the second, the third, and now when she reached the fourth statement, she decided to laugh because at the end of the day, she knew very well that all these are lies. I wanted to watch this woman, what she's doing, and then we come and continue.
Mambo ya maendeleo ya hawa wananchi, mambo ya maji, mambo ya stima, mambo ya barabara, mambo ya masomo, mambo ya maendeleo. Hiyo ndio kazi ambayo imebaki kati yetu na hawa wananchi. Hatuwezi kuendelea kuongea mambo ya viongozi miaka nenda miaka rudi. It is now time for us as leaders to unite, to work together for the people of Kenya. Na ndio sababu mimi nimesema hakuna haja tena ya mirengo. Hakuna haja tena ya ubaguzi. Hatuna biashara na ukabila. Sisi wote tunataka tuungane. Na ndio nimeunda serikali ya Kenya ya kuleta Wakenya wote pamoja.
William Ruto is saying that all universities should write new admission letters indicating the fee that the parents are supposed to pay. Okay, this is why he's saying that. He's saying that because he's claiming that the government is going to pay 95% of the fee. So the remaining 5% of the fee is what is supposed to be included in the admission letters that is to be written and sent to the parents.
To announce from Kisii that we have changed the delivery model because we have increased the money available for funding for our higher education. We have increased the money from 45 billion to 82 billion. The letters that were issued by our universities were misleading because they were talking about the cost of the courses. We want letters to be released. Those that were released earlier to be withdrawn and proper letters issued as to the amount of money the parent is supposed to pay and not the cost of the course. So I want to tell all parents in Kenya, the letters that you received from universities indicating the cost of the course your child was going to attend to, those letters are misleading. We are going to instruct the universities to issue new letters from today that will indicate how much a parent is supposed to pay and not the cost of the course of their child. because we want to make sure that every child in Kenya has access to education. And I want to assure parents that we will make sure that no child in Kenya remains out of higher education because of the ability of their parent. We will make sure every child has an opportunity to acquire higher education knowledge in our universities and in our...
We know very well that September intake is almost going, is almost. Probably by next, we have got less than 2 weeks. Let me say we have got 2 weeks. We only have 2 weeks. So my question is, will all universities be able to write these admission letters and send them to the students who are supposed to be admitted, who are supposed to report to universities within a period of less than 1 month? Will it be possible? William Ruto is saying that all these universities are supposed to write these admission letters, send them to schools. You know, the criteria is just the same. Keep on lying to us. We'll just assume, keep on lying every now and then. And yesterday I talked about something, and I'll still ask it. That is it that William Ruto is lacking something to do, that is right now is campaigning? Now, if William Ruto is not in the field campaigning, William Ruto is maybe having a meeting like today. William Ruto was celebrating the achievements after the Olympics. Guys came back from Kenya. People like Faith Kipyegon came back to Kenya. So they were celebrating the gold medals. It is good to celebrate Kenyans for what they've done. And that one shows that we really love Kenya. And I've been asking myself this question concerning this issue of sports. Ababu Namwamba was the CS of sports. There is something that Ababu Namwamba was trying to do. Ababu Namwamba, in as much as he was concentrating on the athletics, he was also trying to work on football. But now things have changed. And right now, Kipchumba Murkomen has been brought in to become the CS of sports. What does that one tell you? That one tells you that a lot of concentration in Kenya is on athletics more than football. That is my view. That a lot of concentration right now is on athletics more than football. And that is why every time, even Kenyan footballers are not even appreciated. They are not even being sponsored. Because I want us to ask ourselves, for those who normally watch football, or for those who maybe love history, football history, when Samuel Eto'o retired, right now is the president of sports in his, like Didier Drogba. For those who knows Didier Drogba, I've read a little bit of the history of the retired footballers. Didier Drogba right now is the one that is leading football in Ivory Coast. What happened with our Kenyan footballers, people like Dennis Oliech? I think that the people who are supposed to be given opportunities maybe to lead Kenyan footballs. But now it is given to people like Nick Mwendwa. What does Nick Mwendwa know? With that kashap voice, we just say that tunaona, and then at the end of the day, we'll come to realize that nothing is going on. Now, William Ruto has promised Kenyans that they are going to build 25 academies in every county. This is what he says. 25 sports academies to be constructed in counties. President William Ruto says this is to help identifying and building junior talents in the country. So my question is, if the stadiums that they promised, they have not even built, how are they going to build these academies? An academy is not an easy thing to build. It is not something that you just wake up in the morning and build a house and you're done. It takes time. It really takes time, and it really needs a lot of resources, money. And right now, Kenya, we are really struggling with the issue of money, paying tax and all that. IMF coming in, doing that, sponsoring us, and then they expect their money back. All that, we are really struggling. So where is this money that is going to be used to construct this academy going to come from? We know that there is some money that has been allocated for sports, but will it be enough to build these academies? That is just a question. Story number 2, Jeremiah Kioni yesterday slashed Raila Amolo Odinga by saying that all the claims that Raila Amolo Odinga has concerning the issue that William Uhuru Kenyatta called him on the phone to go and talk with William Ruto are lies. And that if Raila Amolo Odinga had decided to be in the government, because as things are right now, Uhuru Kenyatta does not even support the broad-based government. He does not support the government, so there is no way he could have called Raila Odinga to go and talk to the president.
Uhuru Kenyatta's position is that you cannot join a government that is bent on causing all the havoc that it has caused on Kenyans. Killing them, abducting them, removing all the social support system that was there. Through budgeted corruption, you can see wastage of resources. This is not a government to join. It is actually a government that we should be working to remove as provided for in the constitution. And Uhuru did communicate to Kenyans through his letter that he was consumed by Kenyans during, I think it was on the 25th of July. And if you want to know his thinking, his position, and why you have to really be careful about what Raila said yesterday and what I hold to be untrue, it is not accurate, then you know that what Uhuru Raila said yesterday was really a misleading position.
SG, we are not disputing the fact that you're the SG of the party that Uhuru Kenyatta leads. That's the Jubilee Party. But you also acknowledge that there has been a very good camaraderie between Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta for the past 2 years.
Yes.
So why would you put a doubt in what Odinga says as Uhuru having told him on phone?
On 2-3 occasions, I can tell you, even on the issue of Nadico, the position, the advices were separate. And I can also tell you, when Raila was also engaging Obasanjo, it was not with the full knowledge of all of us in Azimio. We were running of it and after the event. So, good relationship is there, but it is not good again to drag other people's names into the mud. Kama umeamua, amua. Why was there a good relationship? Because both of them are politicians. So when you make a decision, as Uhuru did make a decision of going to Kasarani and handing over the instruments of power, even when he had his reasons and he knew that elections had been rigged. That's a decision he has chosen to live with. He has never told us that Raila told him to go. No.
So Raila lied.
Don't blame others. Don't try to blame others. When you make wrong decisions, live with them. The decision that was made by Raila is a wrong decision. And I'm sure he will be saying many things that are not accurate, including what he said huko Marakwet. Tena anaenda badi siyagesemea hapa Nairobi.
Well, something else you've said that which is very important, that all along, even while Raila Odinga was engaging Obasanjo, the rest of you at Azimio did not know.
We learned of it. We were learning of those things as after effects, after the event. Kwa hivyo aka kasafari ya kwenda watu walianza kitambo. Sisi tumekuwa tumejaribu kumwambia jamani, msiende, mnaenda pahali ambayo haifai, mnaacha wa Kenya. Sasa wameruka ndani.
So very briefly, and even as I conclude, you've said that there are now 2 ballots, Kalonzo Musyoka's ballot and William Ruto's ballot. Yes. What does that mean? Are you endorsing Kalonzo Musyoka, or are you saying that
we in Azimio is a coalition that is in the opposition, the coalition that has put together the opposition for the time being in this country? And it is the opposition, the coalition that associates with Gen Z na Wakenya. Na sisi kama ambao wako ndani ya Azimio, we had Raila as our presidential candidate. He has now left for AU. In politics, you must look ahead.
There's no vacuum.
There's no vacuum. That hole has now been filled by Kalonzo Musyoka.
Does the clarion call
kumpigia debe sasa?
Does the clarion call Ruto must go still stand? And if it does, then does it mean that even those who've joined him, Joho, Ambadi, Oparanya, and Wandai, should equally go? And will that extend to mean by Ruto must go?
When we say Ruto must go, it is everything Ruto is in. You know, when they started trying to become mischievous, they started saying we are saying Ruto so that we are left with Rigiji. So when we say Ruto must go, the body said this is a skunk. He has now joined the skunk. And we are saying the skunk must go. So Badi, Joho, Mparanya, Wadai, rafiki yangu. Sasa wameingia kwa
they all must go. Does that extend to Raila Odinga?
Hata yeye mwenyewe kama ameingia pandio, si hata yeye wana Kenya wenyewe wanasema must go. Sinaona hashtag.
Yes.
Ruto Raila must go. Who am I?
Thank you very much.
Tulipangwa na Gen Z hapa, mnaleta mchezo nyingi.
But my question was, I asked this yesterday and I'll still ask it. How sure is people like Jeremiah Kioni that Uhuru Kenyatta did not call Raila? Because, you know, a lot of things sometimes happen in secret, and the friendship of two does not. We don't need some do not even need to put in publicly. So there are some of the conversation that when you have with your best friend, there is no need of even putting them publicly. But who is Raila? Raila said that there is nothing that he hides. So that is all I had for today. But just a reminder, if you're meeting for the first time, please don't forget to click the subscribe button. You can also like, share, drop me a comment, and tell me what you think and where you're watching us from. As I normally say, that feedback is normally the key thing in any form of communication. I'll not fail to appreciate those who have been giving us support. People like Jefferson Siringa, Omar Indati, Fred Owiti. Thank you very much. May God bless you. People like Billion, Elme254. Thank you. May God bless you. Asante sana. Until we meet again in the next video, I've been your host, Boniface Owino. Bye-bye.